I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, it's all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud.
What's up, man? It's Stevie Moore, one of your hosts for the Winners Only podcast. And I'm honored to be on here with my brother, the most winningest person I know, Mr. DJ Shields himself. DJ, what's up, baby?
Stevie Moore, what's going on, dude? You know we do this. It's been a couple weeks since we've done it because you had your birthday weekend going, or your birthday week going on. I had my birthday going on. We had my wife's birthday. We had all these birthdays, so we kind of been apart for a minute. But
Right.
we didn't lose what we do, baby. That's what we do is win. We talk about sports. We talk about sports betting. We get you guys hyped, and we don't just talk it. We walk it. That's what we do in real life. So we want to bring that to you guys. Let's get going, Steve.
It's pretty cool, man. I had a birthday in October. You're an October baby as well.
That's right.
That's pretty cool, man. Did you have a good birthday, brother?
I had an amazing birthday, man. Hey, anytime you can wake up and God gives you another breath, I think that's the best birthday you can have. So, yes, I got an amazing family. I got kids. I got a wife. I got a mom. I got a whole support system. So, I'm good, man, for sure.
I like that. Everybody's a winner. If you wake up in the morning, you already won. What you do from there is up to you. But if you wake
It's a
up every
bonus.
morning, you're a winner, baby. You're
It's
a
a
winner.
bonus. That's
That's
it.
good.
Yep.
Man,
I
I was
love
able
it.
to go to Tampa, Florida for my birthday. Shout out to everybody out there that went through the hurricane and everything. They got it cleaned up out there. It's looking back nice and everything is rolling. Shout out to everybody that came out there and helped all those people that went through that hurricane. But I got to celebrate my birthday with my family out there in Tampa, man. So it was good. But it's good to be back here, bro. It's good to be back on with you and talking
I'm
about sports
excited.
and talking about winning, man. Let's talk about last week. How about that? Wait, first of all, shout out to your barber, bro. Who got you
Ooh,
lined
yes,
up
sir.
like that on this? Huh?
He got me kind of. Now he did get me kind of clean. I can't lie. This ain't the
Yeah.
normal guy I go to, but I go to Modern Blends Barbershop. Modern Blends, you can catch them in Saxy. They're in Saxy,
Wait.
Allen now.
Don't be giving out no free promo now on here.
I'm not going. I'm giving a little promo. Look, I got to take care of him. This was a different barber than I usually use at that location, but my wife found this spot I think 3-4 years ago, and they've been solid ever since. Bobby, I know you're probably watching. You're my guy. You're my number one barber, but Bobby's went on to different careers. If Bobby didn't take a different career, bro, he'd be with us at the podcast every day doing everything. I get
Cutting
that out the way
everybody
right
up.
now, but
Shout
yeah,
out to
that's
my
it.
barber too, man. He does a good job out here in Arkansas. Let's get it, man. I'm excited to talk about sports. I know you've been doing a lot of winning. First of all, let's go ahead and shout out No Limit Sportsbooks, one of our biggest sponsors that we have on this
That's right.
on the podcast. So shout out to No Limit Sports, man, the sports book where you do all your betting and your gambling and your investing in the sports, man. Shout out to them. They play a big role in what's going on here.
That's right. And look, we go no limit sports. Here's the deal. We know sports betting is not legal in Texas yet. But what you can do, you can have offshore guys. You can go to Bovada. What we do is use no limit sports. Anybody legally can go ahead and bet there. You have to put your money up front. You can bet there. They send you get paid the same day, the same way. If you bet today, there's no rollovers. They have Cash App, Zelle, Bitcoin, however you want to do it, you can bet your money. And if you win, you don't have to wait 3 or 4 days. They pay you out the same day. This is not just a paid promo. Yes, they are sponsors, but we utilize these guys. I can help you guys win a lot of money there, set you up. Let me know if you want to. Shoot me a DM. We'll get that going. No Limit Sports. I love you guys. You guys rock, and we're going to keep this thing rolling. Let's go,
That's
baby.
what's up, man. And you rocking a cool jersey today too. I see you with the what's that Arizona Cardinals
Woo!
on? That's that Kyler Murray #1. You see you rocking the jerseys. I got the Tennessee jersey on #1 as well, man. Both teams are doing well right now. But let's get into it, DJ. And the shades don't. Hey, I see
They
you.
don't like that we wear the shades. I
That's
know everybody's talking, but we're doing it for a reason. We know what we're doing, so we'll
uh-huh.
just keep doing what we're doing. Let's go.
Hey, if you got a shades line and you want to, you want to get linked with us, let us know. We
You
will
know.
wear them. We will represent you. Now, listen, man, we got a lot of upsets from last week in college football. We got #4 Ohio that beat #3 Penn State. Did you get a chance to check that game out, DJ?
Yeah, Ohio State, Penn State. They were actually Ohio State was a favorite. Penn State looked like they started off 10-0. They got up 3-0. They had a pick six, went up 10-0, and then they just kind of died and they
Yeah.
sputtered out. I think that goes to a lot of people were calling for Coach Franklin to be fired. He's a great coach, but it's almost like, damn, I hate to even compare him to this. It's almost like Dak when he gets a quarterback. You can only get so far. Steve, your camera went out, so we're
I'm
gonna
here.
need you to come back
I'm
in here
here.
when you
I'm
can.
here. I'm
No,
here.
you're good.
I'm here.
So, yeah, so you have to, man. He can never get past that hump. He can't beat the big teams. What do you got to do to bring the players in? What do you got to do to recruit, to bring the guys in that are going to Texas, to Miami,
Mm-hmm.
to the big schools? What do you do? What can you do different? And a lot of people, this may lead us into our next question, but a lot of people cannot do this. They can't figure out the way to. You're playing in a tough conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Michigan,
Right.
Ohio State. You now have Oregon, who's leading the division. Which, by the way, I said at the beginning, Oregon will win this division. They are 9-0. They are leading it. I didn't think they were scared of the Big Ten. They are, and you have a lot of talent around. So, what can you do to get that talent other than these guys can? And James Franklin's been a 9-10 win guy, and he's like It's like when the Buffalo Bills would go to all these Super Bowls, they lose. People remember you from one or two things, bro.
Yeah.
You can be
Yeah.
the greatest high school athlete, we know,
Yeah.
greatest college athlete until you win a championship. Nobody remembers and nobody cares. And
That's
so
right.
that's what it's came down to, man. I think Penn State's going to get left out. They should have had that game, moved up, earned a playoff spot, won out, and it would have been amazing, but it didn't happen. But yeah, shout out to Penn State for losing.
I think that what you were saying though, I think that all boils down to like the coaching, man. Like that's where you
Yeah,
got the greats that coach, and then the people that do well, they
that's
go win
right.
games. But you got the greats that can get their teams all the way engaged, that can finish games, that can be disciplined to a T. And man, that takes a lot
Correct.
for a great coach to do to bring all these different players in from different cities, different states, and get them on one team and to make them run on one accord. That takes a
Yep.
great coach to do that. And there's been a lot of them, but not there's still room for improvement. So let's
I
talk.
think so. Yep.
I gotta
Correct.
bring this up just because I live in Arkansas, but man, Ole Miss beat the brakes off of Arkansas this past
Beat
weekend,
the brakes
and
off
that's
of.
all. We don't even got to talk about it no more. Shout out to Ole Miss,
No, we're
but
gonna talk about it because I want to talk. Oh, we gonna talk about it because me and you, we bet on this stuff, right? So we turn my hat to the back, y'all. I'm gonna get serious right now. So Steve knows me and Steve talk about these Arkansas bets. I love Taylor Green,
yeah,
quarterback that went to Boise State from Louisville High School.
man,
My partner in some other things in turf. Justin Merchant, he coached against him when he coached at Coppell.
mm-hmm,
Taylor Green is a stud. I
mm-hmm,
love him. And I
yeah,
know, Brad, I know you're probably listening to this. Brad Love from Pottsboro, where I'm from, because I've seen you post a comment. He should be a receiver athlete. But I don't necessarily agree with that because, and you're my boy, Brad, but so Taylor, he's an awesome athlete, but he's turned into a great quarterback. He's got every tool it takes. He can't stop the other teams from scoring.
yeah,
So
what's
Ole
going?
Miss has Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is a top 3 quarterback in college football. His name is Dart for a reason. He does
Yeah,
not miss many throws.
yeah,
He's accurate. He's on the money. He drops back. You have a clock in your head as a quarterback. You have a clock as a high school. There's a 5-second clock, right? You get to
mm-hmm,
college, maybe a 3-second, 2.9. You
yeah,
get to a pro, there's a 2.5,
that's right,
2.7. If you don't let that ball go, if you can't anticipate when a receiver's running a post route, a flag route, an out route, you drop back, you let it go, sling it. And I know some quarterbacks that I know from high school that played like that. They played in front of me. I won't say their names, but
right,
but I know some guys like that that couldn't hit timing routes. And when you do, you throw picks. Bad things do happen. Taylor, he's grown from that, and he's
yeah,
became a great quarterback. But they could not stop Ole Miss, man. And I think if they had a little better defense and he wouldn't have got hurt, if they were that edge, they were coming off knocking the hell out of him.
right,
He would have got hit. It would have been a closer game. So
yeah,
I
and
like
I
Arkansas. I like what they're doing. But once they beef up a little bit, Arkansas, the next 2 or 3 years will be something to be reckoned with. I
yeah.
like those guys a lot.
I agree with you what you say about Taylor Green, man. He was just a great athlete. Now he's molded
Yep.
into a pretty good dang quarterback, but you can't stop. He doesn't
Football,
have anything to do with stopping Ole Miss from scoring
bro.
60 something points. And that's all it
Yeah.
I
That's
mean what
that's
he
yeah. You
that
can't. It's not on him. That's not
right.
on him.
So man, yeah, Arkansas, let's get it together. I'm with you, man. I hope in 2 years.
I like them hogs, oh
Yeah,
baby. Let's go pick Suey.
let's
Let's go.
go.
I love them.
Non-ranked.
I love them hogs.
Let's talk about non-ranked Texas Tech beating Iowa State. Iowa State is ranked
Woo.
11. That was definitely an upset. You got Houston upsetting Kansas State, and you got South Carolina that beat number 10 Texas A&M, and then you even got Louisville beating number 10 Clemson. And then the last one, which I think plays a big role in a lot of stuff that's going on with the college football playoffs, is you got SMU that beat Um,
We
Pittsburgh. They beat
who?
Pitt.
Where do you even start? Because
You know,
when I get in and get going, I'm gonna go, baby.
you
Let's
know,
go. I'm ready.
I think, man, there was just a lot of games that where you're seeing that any team on any given Saturday can step up and make
It,
something happen.
yes,
So
yes,
you gotta be playing your best games every night. And it was kind of like
every night.
and it was kind of like what we were saying before the season started in one of our first podcasts about Colorado, how they got
That's
to
right.
show up every night because the world is watching them. The
The world.
world wants them, a
When you
lot
got
of
the
people.
media on you,
Yeah. They
you
want you to
you got
lose.
so many, bro.
They want to see you
You're right
lose.
on it.
So every night, Colorado has to show up and play their best
prime
game.
prime time,
Prime
like it prime
time.
time.
That's prime time. Because if not, a team that might not be as good as we thought they were might come up and beat them. So that's I think that's what we're seeing here. But DJ, out of these games that we talked about right here, where we got some upsets, which ones do you feel are most pivotal for position in the CF in the college
College
playoffs
football
this year?
playoff. Yeah, and I'll kind of work backwards. The way I want to do this is I'm going to work backwards a little bit. So bear with me, everybody watching. I'm going to work backwards. Somebody's calling. We got this Facebook Live. Hey, whoever's calling me, and y'all see me on Facebook Live, hey, we're going to delete y'all real quick. We're going to keep rolling. I'm just telling you because we on live. And look, so now I'm on live. I can tell you. So that's my
Yeah.
daughter calling me. Probably you have to wait, baby. Just wait. I'm gonna call you back in a minute if it ain't an emergency.
Right.
So this is how we're gonna do this. She's calling again. Do one more time, baby. Listen, it's emergency. We got to hit delete. So the way that we're going to do this is let's start with Colorado. Okay, I'm gonna work backwards. Colorado at the first of the season. I know you remember the first episode we did, and we can play it for the people. We'll go back. We'll post this later. And it was you and I that said we talked about this as, hey, you have the Colorado Buffaloes that everybody since last year said they're going to tank. They have nobody. They can't go in the portal. They can't get anybody. They brought all these guys in from all over the place. They ended up being amazing. Now they lost to Nebraska, got their tail whipped in Nebraska, handed it to them. After that night in Nebraska, the world gave up on them. I'm not gonna lie, a piece of me gave up on them.
For sure.
I'll be honest. But what did I tell you at the very first? I said, if I've known anything about Dion and his kids playing in Frisco where they played and knowing kind of that whole group and situation, shameless plug, when I was in a boy band, I did a Valentine's Day for Deion Sanders and the boys' moms, Pilar Sanders. We sang for them. Me and the group sang for them for a Valentine's Day. But I've known him and what he stood about. A lot of people think he's fake because they think he's arrogant.
Right.
To me, and maybe that's because kind of how I am. That's not arrogance. If you know you're good at something and you know you can win, just because you're telling people you're going to win doesn't mean you're arrogant. If you
Right.
go back that up, you're not going to win every time. But if you go back that up and you win, and I have people that I know close to me say, "Oh, they're not going to win more than 3 games." Vegas had them 3 games. They're 6-2. Now let's go to how they get to the college football playoff and how they
Hmm.
roll. They're 6-2. I said episode 1, Shadur Sanders would be the number 1 quarterback in college football. He's ranked that now to go to the NFL.
For
Shadur
sure.
Sanders is ranked and he's ready to go.
Well,
They're 6-2.
when you train
Huh?
with one
You
of the
know,
best, when you train with one of the
you
best
know
quarterbacks to ever do
what?
it,
Talk
you
about
know
going
what I
back to
mean?
the hat backwards.
I
Hey,
mean, come on.
when you
And your
train with the
dad is
best,
prime time. Come on now.
hey, and a lot of people thought that these boys were, his daddy ball like we talked before this.
Yeah,
No, I watched them when they were kids, bro. I watched with my eyes. They did not. If they made a mistake, he will sit them out for a half a game.
for
He did
sure.
not play daddy ball. They've learned from this.
Right,
Like Shadur said, you watch one of his podcasts. Everybody thinks our dad has a trust fund. He's like, no, we didn't go buy. He's like Shaq. No, you're buying that. I'm not buying that. You're
right.
buying that.
That's you.
He did something the other day on his company, and I commented because Dion, Shadur, Shiloh, I love to do y'all's turf. We have a turf company too. And we'll give you a good discount, hook you up, and all that because we believed you in the beginning, and I know y'all from way back. Is man, it's people that believe in you will go with you. People will turn their back on you so
They
fast
will.
when you lose. Like when they lost, everybody turned their back on them.
Oh,
Right?
real quick.
They
That's how it
started winning.
goes. That's how it
You lose
goes.
one game, they suck. I knew it. Dion's the worst coach.
Yeah.
the whole time. He
Yeah.
believed in God and what his purpose was,
Mm-hmm.
and he believed in it.
Yeah.
Because people do that to me all the
In
time.
the
I don't care
vision.
about that.
A lot of people don't see the
Uh,
vision, bro. They
they
don't
don't
see
see
the
they don't
vision.
see
You
the
know what I
long.
mean? And
They see
then,
the what's in it for me now.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of people won't come and celebrate you
Nope.
until you've already started winning with the vision. They don't want to be a
We
part
saw
of
this in music.
they
We
don't
saw
want to
this
be
at
a
a young
part of
age.
what it takes
Yes.
to get to the
Yes.
final look of what it looks like. They
Which
just
may
want
be
to,
years. It
yeah,
could
yeah.
take years.
Yeah, for sure. And so let me ask you this. I know you jumped to Colorado and how well they're doing right now.
Yep.
Which one of those upsets puts them in a good situation for playoff football?
I'm glad you asked that because my ADHD ass. That's where I was going with it. So
Oh, you're
that's
good. You're
yeah.
good.
But I'm glad you. So
That's what I'm
so
here
when you
for,
look,
baby.
that I
Hey,
know
when
you
you got us
you
together,
got
we can't
you got to keep
lose.
me on track, baby. Just like when I was keeping you on track when you was 10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And Mama V wanted to slap me one time. Mama V, I know you know what I'm talking about, but we'll talk about that later. He was a good boy. He was a good boy.
I turned out to be a
Anyway,
great person, man. Let's go.
yeah, I got blamed for the one thing, but you know what it is. But I think Texas Tech. That was one bet that I had. I had Texas Tech beating Iowa State.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not gonna like this Iowa State thing because I didn't think Iowa State win 6 games. I was wrong on that. They did great. They were 8-0. I thought the Texas athletes, like I always say, you got Texas athletes. They're trained better. They're bigger. They're tougher. They're faster. They're stronger. If we play you in a certain environment, we're going to beat you. Texas Tech goes. They're a middle of the road Texas team. They go and beat them. That opens up the road for Colorado to make the one road for them to make the college football playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Now the next road is they said, okay, well, it gets even better if somehow Kansas State loses to Houston. There's no way that will happen. Houston's won a couple of games. I turned on the game. I was talking to my wife, and I turned on the game, and I'm like, Joe, they just beat them too. So both teams won. So now that Kansas State got beat by Houston, Iowa State got beat by Texas Tech. If Colorado wins out, they go to play BYU. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, everybody said I was full of it when they wouldn't win the Big 12, and I called it the first. Shedeur was the first. He was going to be the quarterback, be first in the NFL draft. I'm
Right.
not saying I'm always right. I'm not saying that. I'll say when I'm wrong. Steve knows that. I'll say
Yeah.
when I'm wrong. But I would tell you this. Colorado gets to the Big 12 championship game. They beat BYU. They take their spot, which if you guys know anything about football or study it like I do, you watched last night, you see the playoff bracket. They have BYU at number 9. They take that spot. Colorado takes that spot. They jump into the playoff. Colorado has a chance. They have a chance. They have the best wide receivers in college football. Their defense is getting better. Their line's getting better. They're not giving up sacks. I'm going to get hyped like I did when I get prime time, baby.
Right.
Colorado has a chance, even against my Texas team, to win the national championship. And if you don't believe me, I don't care. Nobody believed they make the playoff. Nobody believed Shedeur was number 1. Guess what? They're right behind being in first place. They'll make that championship game. They'll dog BYU. It's going to be a dog fight. They got a tough team. I like BYU. They beat BYU. They get in the college football playoff. And it's one game at a time, baby. It's one game at a time.
That's right.
And prime time is the guy that nobody believed in.
Yeah.
That he talks too much. He's too loud. He does this. But you know what? When he wins the national championship, all you same people are gonna be saying the same shit.
Right.
And this shit's gonna sound old to me.
That's
and then you
right.
know what? I know it's on live. Y'all just kiss my ass, but send me a gift. I don't know. Let's go.
send
That's
him
it.
send the man a
Send
gift,
me
please.
$20 or something. That's
Send him
it.
a gift, man, for his
That's
birthday,
it.
cause missed
For
his
my birthday,
birthday.
at least buy me some Starbucks. I just give it to my wife because she likes Starbucks. But yeah,
That's
just send
right.
me something. That's it.
So yeah, man, that all makes sense, man. A lot of big games last week, a lot of upsets last week. But this upcoming week, we got some big games coming up. I think we got number 16 Ole Miss playing number 3 Georgia. That's a huge game. I think one of the biggest games though for this upcoming week is going to be Alabama and LSU. I think for them, it's kind of like
That's like an election. That's a swing state game
yeah,
right there, boy.
yeah. It's a
That's
must
it.
win
Yep.
for college football playoffs. They got to somebody has to win. You know what I mean, to put them in position to get in there. And so we got a lot of good games. You got Colorado number 20. They're 6-2 right now. They're playing Texas Tech, who are 6-3, but Texas Tech just beat Iowa State. You know what I mean?
Colorado's
So
about to knock them off. Hey, look, Shedeur saying it's prime time, baby. I ain't worried about them. Like you said, you look good, you feel good.
yeah.
You feel good, you play good. You play good, they pay good.
I'm
Let's go.
feeling hey, I'm
That's
feeling
it.
real good right now,
You,
DJ. I ain't gonna
you
lie.
pay good, they play good. Let's go. Hey, I want to real quick. rewind this for a second, then we'll go to that. I'll take 30 seconds. So we went last week in college betting. I always like to say when I lose, right? Because we've been over 70%. Everybody that knows that follows this podcast, Limitless Sports Picks. If you guys look at my sports picks on Instagram, Limitless Sports Picks, you click the link, you get the packages. I charge whatever it is. I have affordable packages for everyone that my team runs. I win my people money. I take this seriously. I do not guess at bets. I love football. I look at stats. I look at weather. My wife knows I drive her crazy, probably looking at this all the time. But I do. I put a lot of things into this so you guys can win money. We went 3-7 in college football last week. You know this. We were getting beat. We couldn't win a game. Like we're getting stroked every game. Boom, 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 boom. We lost all those games, and I even told my wife this. I said, "Hey, I like when people quit on me because I'm used to that, right? You quit on me." And I told the people, if you don't quit on me, I have people cancel subscriptions that when they go off a weekly basis, a daily basis. Right. That's how people do in life, right?
Right.
They go off a daily basis.
That's right.
So they go off that, and I said, hey, you give it to. I went 14-5 on Sunday. This is all documented. Everybody that follows my podcast, my page, will tell you this. 14-5, 5-0 max bets. We dominated. I made them all their money back, plus about 5 to 10 times their money. So the people that did not re-up, it wasn't on me. I gave the opportunity to do it. They didn't believe. They left. We're going to keep that going this week, and we're going to keep it rolling into this week. Right. Now let's go into these games, and let's get it, baby. Let's go.
For sure, bro. I mean, that's how it is. That's how it is with anything. Yep. And, you know, when you're running a business or when you're doing something like this, like we were saying earlier, when you got goals or when you got dreams and when you got a vision, you kind of just got to stick to the vision, man. There's going to be some people that jump off the ship.
You got to block them out. You got to block them out.
There's going to be some people that jump off the ship that don't continue to roll with you because something else didn't work or they don't believe where you're going with what you're doing now. So,
that's right.
You know, I get to watch you do your investments live. You know what I mean? I get to see what you do.
See it live weekly,
I get to
daily.
see the downs, but I see a lot of winning. And when at the beginning of this podcast today, I said the most winningest person I know because I'm sitting here watching you, how resilient you are. And I'm not just saying this because I'm, you know, your co-host or you're one of your hosts on here or your host on the show.
You're my partner. That's what it is. You ain't no co-nothing partner.
Right. But I get to see how you have to be resilient and how you take the strikes and how you take people trying to bring you back and talk about you. And then you say, well, let's regroup. Let's hit them hard this week. And so, man,
I text you that. You see it.
Yeah.
I text you that and I call you and I'm like,
I got to see you this past Sunday just freaking demolish them. You know what I mean?
And I told him what I say. I said, if you don't believe me, I'm gonna come back. And I told my wife same thing. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna destroy it. And I did.
Sure. And that's what happened.
But that's how we do, bro. That's how we. And that's how you got to be a winner.
Well, that's how you be a winner, and that's why we started this podcast, baby, because that's what it is.
Winners only. Let's go.
And so, yeah, I'm glad. I know that this weekend, this Saturday, this Thursday, we got Thursday night football coming up, but we got Saturday coming up as well. Well, let's talk about that. Thursday night football. You got a big game. You got any games that you got your eyes on? You're wearing the Arizona Kyler Murray jersey today. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that.
Can I make a confession?
What's up?
Can I make a confession? And I know she hates being on TV and being public. I'm gonna bring my wife on here next week just because she's the only one that knows this. I said it was week 1. She says like week 3. I said Kyler Murray. I watch him, and he's the greatest Texas high school football player that ever played the game. I said, you know what? People say I switch teams all the time because don't like the Cowboys. And, I go for players, I bet on, whatever. But I've always loved Kyler Murray, and I said, the Cardinals are my team this year. They're 5-4, so even though I'm saying it with a winning record, I told her this before. He never has used his legs to win because he's been told, stay in the pocket, throw. Yeah. Now, at the end of the games, he's 30, 40, 50-yard touchdowns. He's winning games at the end because he knows he's got Michael Vick speed. He's 5'8". He's got baseball accuracy, was a top draft pick in baseball. So the cat's out the bag. I'm going for the Cardinals all year. This is my pick to win the Super Bowl, even though I don't know if they will. I like Jaden Daniels. Hey, look, if y'all going to bet, I'll give you some free picks right here. So if you want to bet, I would take the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, another one of my favorite guys. That's a great bet to win the Super Bowl. Kyler Murray, he can sneak in there and get it done. I think those two in the NFC. Obviously, you got the Chiefs and Mahomes. I think they're a three-peat. But if you want a couple NFC teams, the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, they did a little trade business last couple of days. The Washington Commanders getting that boy Marcus Lattimore from the New Orleans Saints, a shutdown corner, to add to shut that down and go scoring points.
Yeah,
they can get it done. Take those two just for the odds are crazy. Throw you 100 on it, win you a couple thousand. You're good.
That's right. I like what you're saying, man. And you keep saying bets. I think we
Yeah.
need to start saying investments because that's the
Investments. That's
problem.
right.
That's the pro-
That's a better
it
term.
really it is because when you
I
think
like it.
about this thing from a business standpoint, and you own a business, I'm a business
That's
owner, and
right.
things like that. We think about places that we can put our money in, and it might not make you the money that you want today. But you know what? If you
It's an
invest,
investment.
if you keep
Yeah.
investing in it, you might look 6 months down the road, 3 months down the road, a year from now, your money is tripled, your money is doubled. So I believe that in
That's
this
right.
industry, in the way that this industry is
It's
going,
going to turn to
with
that same way.
yeah, with your limitless sports picks and then we got No Limit Sports, the No Limit Sports book. I think that where the way it's going, man, this is an investment.
It's an
If you're
investment.
smart,
That's
if
right.
you're smart with what you're doing, smart with your money, a good steward with your money, you put aside what you want to invest, but you got to think long term. And a lot of people, I
It's
feel
not a
like,
1 day or 2 day. Oh, man,
come
because you
on,
lose
man.
one. Oh, I hate
That,
you. You suck. No,
well,
it
well,
ain't that,
well,
like a 3-7
a
Saturday
lot of
don't make you or
people.
break you.
That's right, and a lot of people want instant gratification, so they want to make it now. And I just think that we got to start gearing people up, bro, so that they say, "Hey, listen, this is an investment. You got to think
It's an
long term.
investment.
One week might not go as well as the next week, and let me just be real. There have been investments that I've invested my money in that didn't turn out
Both of us.
that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean you stop investing. That means you got to get better or figure it out. But that's all I
That's
wanted to say,
right.
man. Because people think that this
You're on
game
it,
is
though. You're on
that
it.
they
You're on
think
it.
it's an instant gratification thing, and it's not, man. It's a long term type of situation. And with you, the way that you're built, man, people are gonna win. You're 68%, winning. You win with
Yep.
68% in the 68 percentile. That's a lot of winning.
That's proven. It's
That's proven.
documented
That's
in the
a
Telegram.
in
We
the
can't
telegram. Yeah,
erase that.
but you,
Like you.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
be you gotta be a member to get in there.
you gotta be a member. We'll put that at the end of the place. We'll put a link. But it's true. It's one of those things where Stevie knows me. A lot of you that listen to this and know me in life, yeah, you can knock me down once, twice. But when I
Yeah,
come back, I'm coming back. I can have a 3 and 7 day like I did. I have a lot of good. I had probably held the last 3 weeks. We were hitting 70, probably 3 or 4% for college football, NFL, all the way through. And
right,
then I had that day just destroyed us. So if you have a lot of people sign up on that day, they all of a sudden he sucks, he's this.
right,
But then hey, don't give up, don't get. I tried to tell you and come back because I get personally mad because I'm dealing with your money. I don't like to deal with if I'm dealing with your money. I don't sleep good, and
right.
my family knows this. So taking your, I'm always, and my family will tell you, they'll be like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna get it. My mom,
Yeah,
my wife, they'll be like, I'm getting that back tomorrow. I'm
yeah.
gonna make sure I win for them because I can't sleep like that.
Got to figure it
And
out.
so,
That's real, man. And I
hey, let's go to these other games and bring Craig on because I know we're bumbling a lot, but let's
Okay, let's do it, man. I tell you what, we got upcoming games. All right, so let's talk about the
he can talk about it with us too. Yeah.
Cincy versus Baltimore, though. What do you want to do? I know you want to give away a free pick to the people that are tuned in to the podcast on YouTube or wherever you
Yep.
might be tuned in. So I know that's the game you got your eyes on. Cincy versus Baltimore. Talk to us, brother. Talk to us.
Let's go. So we're gonna do the max bet. So my max bets were 27-12 for the season. That means if you bet
Woo!
$100 to $1,000, and this is documented in my Telegram, $100 to $1,000, 1,000 is your max bet. If you're $1,000 to 5,000 better, 5,000 is your max bet. This is something I really love. Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, they've been coming on strong as of lately. You got the Baltimore Ravens. They seem like almost every other week they got a strong run game. Can't stop them. But Cincinnati needs to win out to get in the playoffs. Joe Burrow is one of the best things I've seen since Tom Brady. He don't have a lot around him, but he's adjusting. They're plus 5.5. Two teams 7-point teaser. You take Joe Burrow, the Bengals plus 12.5. Okay, you take them over total 46.5. So
Yep.
you got to win both of those to win the bet. That's a
Hmm.
teaser bet. Then for 30% of that, you take the Bengals money line, which is going to be about plus 230. Put 100 on that. Put 30% of what you put on the regular, so you can do some money management. It's not the
Yeah.
same bet.
Yeah.
You put that on there, win a little money line. They're going to go in, beat them. They're gonna beat them Ravens in the Ravens. Joe Ice Cold Burrow with that hair, baby. He's gonna get it done. Y'all win a
Let's
lot of money, and then you'll buy my
go.
packages.
Let's
That's a max
go.
bet.
That's a
Throw the
max
house on
bet.
it. Whatever you got, toss it on it.
There you go. You heard it out of
That's
his
it.
mouth, man. This week is gonna be big. That's Thursday night football for you.
Big. It's gonna be a
Now
big week. Hey,
that
last night, just so you know, we went 3-1 too. We do NHL. We do NBA. 3-1 last night. The only bet we lost was a money line bet, but went 3-1 last night. NBA, NHL, and college football. So.
okay, and real quick before we bring on our special guest who's gonna give us the highlight week in Texas, let me ask the player highlight week in Texas. Let me
Okay.
ask you this. We're gonna give them one game. Okay. Just give us one. I don't know if you've done all your research yet, but you got Ole
I ain't
Miss.
researched anything yet. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You got
On
Ole
live. Nope,
Miss.
zero.
You got Ole Miss playing Georgia.
I'm
Okay.
gonna give you that one.
You got
I love it.
Colorado playing Texas Tech. Okay.
Okay.
You got Oregon who's 9-0. You got Tennessee, and then you got the Alabama versus LSU game. Those are the ones that
I'm gonna
I've
give you.
highlighted. And you got SMU, right? SMU game.
I'm gonna give you 3 money lines. What was the first game you asked about? I'm gonna give you 3
Ole
money lines.
Miss.
We're gonna
Ole
parlay that.
Miss. Ole Miss.
Ole
Ole
Miss
Miss in
beats
the,
Georgia. Georgia's weak. They got lucky they beat Texas. I know they got Kirby Smart. He's a dog coach. He gets you tough, get you ready to fight, get you ready to war. He'll make you think you can run through a wall and beat anybody. I like that. Carson Beck ain't it. Carson Beck survived some scary things. Ole Miss will hang 70 on you. Ole Miss has the athletes to do it. Lane Kiffin is getting tired of being talked about. He
man.
can't win this.
Man.
Ole Miss beats Georgia. That's a money line bet. You better take it. Ole
That's
Miss
called.
gets it done.
Just give him that. Just give him that, bro. And
That's.
if you
I want to give him one more. One
okay,
more.
come on, come on.
Colorado's beating Tech. Colorado money line, and take Ole Miss money line. Take those two to the bank.
That's good.
Parlay those together. Both money line bets.
Winners only. Hey, the boss, what's up, man? It's been a couple weeks for me. You've been out doing some birthday stuff, but how are you, dude? How you doing?
Man, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I missed a big
Appreciate it.
celebration.
It's all
But
good.
anyway, man, I'm doing fine. Man, this is the time of year we got everything going.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
college football. You got college basketball. Look here. You
Yeah.
got MAC action.
Yep.
MAC. You
Yep.
got that stuff started up.
Yes, sir.
You got NHL, NBA. Here we go.
NCAA basketball.
Yes,
NCAA.
you got NAA, whatever. We got all this shit. Let's go. Let's go.
NIL.
NIL. Yeah. You
I'm
got
telling
the
you, boy.
National Winning League, the NWL.
So
That's
we're
it.
back. We're back. So Craig, let me ask you. I mean, the boss. I'm sorry. Let me ask you,
No, you
man.
good.
What I know you keep your eyes out there in Texas. I know you got some players or some teams that you love to talk about, man. I know we want to highlight that. That is your segment. So let's highlight that. Who do you got? Who do you got? What's going on in Texas high school football? Because I know you're the one who picked out that quarterback. What was it at Washington? At Washington
Ooh, he's a
State.
bad boy. We've been
Yeah,
winning on him.
he's a
He's a
Yeah.
bad
bad
boy.
man. He's a
Okay,
Yeah.
bad.
that's a John Mateer. Yeah, from
Yeah.
Little Elm. We talked about him earlier this year. You take a list at the top 10 quarterbacks. 5 are from the state of Texas.
Woo!
Yeah, in that's in all of college
Hey,
football.
what y'all know about them Texas boys?
Yeah.
What y'all know
Man,
about them Texas
Well,
boys?
hey, they're freaking breeding them. They're breeding them out there in Texas for this
Hey,
football.
look.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
This is what
we
they
put them, we
do.
watch.
put them guns on them, Steve.
Yeah.
I tell you a little bit. In all seriousness, a little bit, man. Texas top notch on that 7-on-7.
Mm-hmm.
So we producing
Yeah,
wide receivers, skill athletes. You can see them all through the NFL and quarterbacks. That stuff's going on highly competitive during
that's
the
right.
summertime. Not even in that. One guy I was going to talk about was going to be Bryson Daly. He's the quarterback for Army. They face up against
He
North
can ball.
Texas. Hey, not the biggest game of the week. North Texas got the kid from Highland Park. He's just another guy.
Yep.
Good quarterback though.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
they're
then
both very good. They're very good.
so that'll be a good game. And Army, let me tell you, I know you got Colorado. Let me tell you about Army's right under there,
Give
Yeah.
it
right
to me,
under
baby.
there.
Give it
Army's
to me.
looking
Give it
Yeah,
to
good,
me.
man. They're
yeah,
what are
yeah,
they?
They
Eight
look
and
good.
0. Army's 8-0
yeah.
right now, and they
Eight
play North
no,
Texas this weekend.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
Play
look
North
good.
Texas, but here's the deal: they get 2 shots. So you get Notre Dame. So they got Notre Dame coming up, plus the conference championship.
Right.
So they run
Yep.
they run that not only not only will they get in, they're going to get a bye first round if they win out.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
another
like
thing
the
about
prediction.
them
I like
is
it. I like it.
a little HSO on that. They're hard to prepare for
Yeah.
because of the
Yeah.
style of offense that
Mm-hmm.
they
It's that old
run.
school
So
offense,
dude,
coach. Or
dude can
Craig, it's
throw.
old school.
Dude can throw.
Okay.
Quarterback can throw. Ain't
Yeah.
like Army where they throw one time a game. He's going to get 1,000 yards passing this year.
Yes,
So
sir.
anyway, so I just he's from a little old school north of Lubbock. They play 2A small ball, but here we go.
I tell
That's
you
where you get
what.
these athletes. Yeah,
I love the stories like that. You get them kids that come out of there, and you can run those offenses like you said, like Army. I didn't even think about them. I know they're undefeated. Like
yeah,
they're balling. They're winning every week, and it goes back. I should pay more attention to this. It don't
Yeah.
matter who you're beating. You're beating a D1 school and you're undefeated. You're good. Period.
Yeah.
And
right.
so
It's
you
hard to
got a
go
two
Yeah,
A
8. It's
kid.
hard to be 8-0 in any type of league. You
Hey,
know what I
hey, bro,
mean?
that's why the playoff scenario is so good, and I
Mm-hmm.
think eventually they'll expand it. But going to, like he said, you have a kid, you run an offense like that. Army's never had somebody that can throw. It's always run, they stop them, they shut it down,
right,
done. Old
Right.
school. Now if you got him that can throw, that changes the game.
Yeah.
They come
right.
up, put 10 in the box, one safety back, they hit you over the top. It's
Oh yeah.
different, bro.
Oh
Things
yeah.
change. And so, okay, boss, I'm in.
Things are
I like it.
changing. And guess what? Army probably got some good NIL money too. They's gonna get some players.
Hey
they got
man,
they
Hey,
got the
tell hey,
government
we'll
back.
tell him we'll talk about him too on his podcast. I bet 100,000 that he said.
at some point
Send
they
us a
get
little
they.
check. We got y'all. We'll promote y'all like y'all finna win it all.
That's right.
Let's go.
Hey man, in reality, real quick, they are coming together kind of on the business side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're
Yeah,
gonna
here's
get
the
a
business side.
salary cap
Yep.
on this NIL,
Yep.
and I'm
Yeah.
telling you that my sources are telling me it's going to be around 17 million.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
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 They got yeah.
Maybe as early as next year. You've got, I mean, you can find out what these
I'll
guys.
put on the
So
Mm-hmm.
camera.
you've got several teams paying more than that right
Oh
now.
yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
it could further even out
Yeah.
the playing field.
That's right. And that's what we're
Yeah,
seeing. I think that's what
yeah,
we're seeing. And we're gonna see more and more
As
and
it
more of that
extends, it's gonna
as
get
the
more. Yeah,
as
yeah.
as
right.
the money, set, goes spreads out to all these different teams. So that's good, man. We got a
Yeah,
lot of go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I'm sorry to interrupt. So you combo that with the ability to transfer,
Hmm.
and with the portal, then that's a double whammy. Speaking of transfer portal, that's what
Oh,
Army
y'all
doesn't
getting a picture
benefit.
while we doing this?
Army
Let's
doesn't.
get a
They don't
picture while
have
we
that
doing
transfer portal.
Right.
You in to win.
That's right. That's right.
You in for the
You are
commitment.
in for the commitment. Hey, well, that's
So
good, man. So that's a
so we
lot
got
of kids.
DJ.
That's a
DJ's the cameraman now or
yeah.
something. What
Hey,
what
look,
do
I
we
had to
got?
take a
Okay.
picture. We had to get one picture. So look,
Hey,
it's
that's
kind of weird the way this works. Look, it's weird the way it works. I can't ever get a. We need a picture of us, right? So I gotta. Yeah, I had to take a picture of us. So I got to hold over here. I got to move out the way and figure this shit out. Some reverse just don't work the same way. But
Dude, all you
we got
got
a picture. We're good.
you
so.
just Google Winners Only podcast, dude. You're on the top of the search
Hey,
engines,
I
man.
don't
So
need
Come
it.
on.
I need a picture. I need a picture of all three of us. We need that group picture, baby.
all
Team
right, all
effort. That's
right,
it.
all right. We'll take a photo shoot after we get done with this. Okay. Well, let's.
Here we go
Uh.
with this shit.
So
Here we go.
so so the boss. You just gave us a lot of Texas kids, man, that are
Knowledge.
actually that are just exploding in college football, man. From wide receivers to quarterbacks,
Yes.
and that's just a testament of what's going on down there in Texas and what they're doing to make these athletes flourish at that next level. And I think it's just going to continue to happen. And a lot of other states around are doing well too, but Texas breeds them, man, and that's where it gets done. Do you got your eyes on any high schools or players in the high schools right now, or what are you thinking on that?
Man, I haven't zoomed in on that quite
Okay.
yet. The playoffs are just a couple of weeks around the corner.
Yeah.
Man, it's one of the best spectacles there in the state. They play in Jerry's World there, and they do back-to-back games, so it fills the house. Pretty reasonable event. People go yearly no matter who's playing.
Mm-hmm.
For 10, $20, you can watch all those games, watch all day. But here's the thing on that. So, Texas, you want to find out the highest paid employees at the school, it's going to be the head
Yeah.
coach. and,
That's about
and,
it. Yeah.
and I tell you, the most coveted jobs are the head coach at the one horse towns where they got one school
Yeah.
because you're the man.
That's
You're the
right.
man. So
That's right. Man, that's big.
yeah,
I didn't know that, Craig, but the highest
yep,
paid
yep,
person at those Texas schools is the
yeah,
head coach. That's
yeah,
awesome. That's
Head coach.
awesome.
That's
yeah,
what it is. Hey,
yeah.
Craig got that knowledge that when I tell you, if we bring him on, he's got that knowledge that we just. I mean, it is. He's
Yeah.
since he first hired me as his employee back in the day. He has that knowledge. I always bring. He's got that knowledge we just don't have,
Yeah,
and
that's
so
big
we
time.
can go as far as we want to go. Then we bring Big Craig in, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yo, this is what it is.
Hey, that's the
Let me
boss,
bring."
baby. That's
I
the
love it.
boss.
That's what.
Hey,
Hey, that's what bosses do.
hey, man, you sure I'm not Stevie Wonder?
You the boss, baby.
I
You
mean,
no, you too.
these glasses,
You're
man.
a little bit light to be Stevie Wonder now. You're a
Yeah.
little bit light,
Well,
you close. You're a little bit light. You're good, bro.
Tell you what. Well, Craig, it's good having
Steve.
you on, man. We
yeah,
appreciate it as always.
Yeah.
always, always,
Um,
man.